All right, good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing on this fantastic morning? We are going to take a look at some financial assets. I'm glad to have you all here with me. Thank you so much for your time. So, I'm not seeing anything in the chat, so I'm not sure if I have screwed that up somehow. Just bear with me 1 second. There we go. There you guys are. Perfect. Loving it. All right, let me move this back over here just out of my way. All right, good morning. So first and foremost, we're going to take a look at Aussie Yen. This is a trade we took yesterday. We were watching this level of resistance right there. It was a 4-hour resistance. You can see here that it was old support. So once we broke down through that, came back up in for the retest, this is when we got short. Actually, it was on this candle here just before 8 o'clock, I think it was roughly. So you can see that we had a nice move to the downside, but then it came back up. So yesterday's price action was a little bit crazy. It was trading down, up, and sideways. So this didn't really get a nice range expansion going until late last night. Now you can see that we've came into 4-hour support at 80 spot 962. Let's go back out to the daily chart. So basically what we're seeing is we're seeing a slight pullback. So we've had 4 red days and they basically are the same size as these 2 bullish days. So this does not look like bearish price action. This absolutely looks like it could be just a pullback. On the longer term, it's in a downtrend. I mean, it started a downtrend. It was trading sideways here for a very long time. And then once we took out this support right here, this is that main daily support. Once we took that out, I mean, you're basically got a lower high and lower lows. Words are tough. Apologies. But you can see how that also held as resistance when price traded back up into it. Your daily RSI is above 50. So technically, the bulls are in control for now. The weekly, though, tells a different story. If we go back over here to the weekly, you can see that we just had a test of that 50 spot on the weekly. And it was also weekly support over here is what caught as resistance. Do I also look at stocks? Yeah, I look at anything that people want me to look at for them. Absolutely. I will go back and check out Hut here in just one moment. So yeah, that's what we were looking at. So there it is. And we are in that position. Well, I'm still in the position. I don't know if anybody else is, but it looks like it's trying to find support down there at that 4-hour level. It's 4-hour support is what it is. All right. Last 4-hour candle, you had an engulfing, bullish engulfing, aka outside range candle. You took out the low and the high of the previous candle. So this thing might be finding support. We're not going to look to take any bullish entries until we get that confirmed, because this is not, well, not confirmed, but this is a bounce, but it's not a very big one, right? We want to see a bigger reaction than this. So I'm going to sit in the short position because it's up here, right? As long as my stop is moved to break even, and I already took profits on it yesterday, so there's nothing that can go wrong with that position. Nothing at all. It's already been booked. So if it comes back up and stops me out, that's fine. I'm not extremely bullish on it, but you have to look at it like this. Like, as long as the Fed's going to keep printing money, then this thing's probably going to catch a bid soon. It is a risk-on asset. Aussie, New Zealand are risk-on assets. So if the risk is on, these things are going to move to the upside. So let's go look at what everybody's concerned with. Mr. Bitcoin. I mean, I had a guy yesterday ask me if I'm calling a bear market because we had one red day. Like, come on, people. Or he must have been looking at the 5-second chart. I guess if you pull up the 5-second chart, this does look like a bear market. It's one day. It's one day. In the grand scheme of things, it's one day. Now, here is weekly support all the way up here. So I don't like the fact that we took that out. I don't like the fact that we're sitting right now as a weekly bearish engulfing or an outside range candle. Not looking good. However, this weekly has to close. There's 3 days and 15 hours left on the week. This thing can absolutely close back above support, and it's a support level that's like real close to near-term price, so it's nothing to it. So when I get into a situation like that, what I do is I search around different time frames to see where another level of support may be hiding, right? If you go out to the 3-day chart, you can see right here, boom, 45,902.46. That's 3-day support. That's your midweek candle, so it's pretty good, right? It's got a lot of weight to it. As long as you're closing above that, you're still in great shape. And let's see what we look like on the RSI. Yeah, I figured the RSI would have taken a nosedive yesterday because of the bearish momentum that came in. And it did, right? It did, absolutely. Let's see where we are on the daily. Yeah, the daily puts you right back under the 50. So this doesn't spell doom for Bitcoin, but we've been watching for this, right? People, subscribers to this channel know that we were not looking for any new bullish entries into this area, and we know why. You were trading at the 618 retracement level from the main decline when Bitcoin put in its all-time high over there. There you are. That looks to me like a bull trap, right? That's exactly what it looks like. So I am not bearish, and I will not get bearish on this asset until we have a lower low, a lower high, and then another lower low. Once you put in that sequence, then you can look for short side setups. What that looks like is you're going to see choppiness, sideways price action for the next few days, right? Then you should get some bullish price action in the next couple days after that. So this could take 3-4 weeks to put it in, come up, trade up into demand or something, or supply, and then roll over and take out this wick's low. Then I'll start looking for shorts. Then I think it's probably safe to say that Bitcoin may be heading lower at that point in time. Right now, though, just a pullback. It is just a pullback. I have no idea what caused that, and I don't care what news caused it. The fact is that it happened, and that's all that matters, right? That is all that matters. We follow price here. Price is king. Right now, it looks like we're going to be looking for short side setups coming up pretty soon on Bitcoin if it don't rebound. Now, let's go look at some other cryptos because I think this is very, very important. Solana, massive, crazy price swing the other day. Let's go get over here on the hourly. Massive, crazy price swing. So this thing was trading up on the day. It was up like 18%. Let's get over here and see if we can't find the actual daily. So I want to say it's 1900 when this thing changes, maybe 20. So anyways, let's just call this area the beginning of the daily candle. If you go up to that swing high, magnet tools, you got 20% move to the upside on the day, right? 20% on the day before the selling came in. Then the selling, boom, you're back down 32%. My goodness, up 20, down 30, and now we are back up 62%. This thing is trading absolutely sideways. I mean, crazy, massive momentum. It is moving. That's $133. You're trading at 210. That's almost 100% move right there in just a day or two. If you are trading this with massive amounts of leverage, you are going to lose your money. It is moving quickly. You do not want to be levered up high with a max amount of a position when things are moving like this, because it can literally wipe you out quickly. So be very careful trading this. I have no clue why this thing is so bullish. Here is your day. This is the day that Bitcoin broke down and took out massive support on the weekly, right? This thing was green on the day. It traded all the way down here, stopping anybody out underneath this swing low right there, and see ya. It is trading right back to the upside. So this thing may be getting ready to find a top pretty soon. When you see a lot of volatility start coming into these things, they usually are starting to run out of steam. This is going to get a lot of people extremely bullish on the asset, because they're going to say, well, Bitcoin's down on the weekend and this thing is up, so I'm buying it. It's going to 1,000. That's usually when it's about time to stop or start booking some gains, because it's This thing is absolutely crazy. AVAX, been looking at this to see if it wants to find a lower high. So if it does, I'm going to look to take a short position on this. It looks like it is trading into old daily support over here, so we will have to just give it some time, see what it does. But you do have your lower high, lower low sequence, right? This is a lower high from this high here. This took out this low here. So just this here started your downtrend. This first right here, once you got, oh no, sorry, there's your low. So there it is. Now it is there, right? So people are going to look to short it. When do you not look to short it? If it gets back above daily supply, right? If it gets back above daily supply, then it's probably going to rock and roll. 47.18. If it gets back above 47.18, it's probably going to keep moving up for a little while. But right now it looks like it's wanting to go lower. So we are going to stay all over that. Today it's up 14.7%. I don't look to take short positions on an asset that's up that big, because that's bullish momentum, and I don't want to step in front of that. It has to chew itself out. Yesterday, I was watching Luna intraday for a possible short to see if it wanted to go lower, because this is a massive move to the downside on Luna as well. If we put our sorry, I didn't mean to beat the mic up, but if we put our tool up there, you can see it's a 35% drop in the span of 1 day. Pretty big drop. So I was looking here to see if this level was going to hold as resistance on the hourly. It did not. Once I got a close above this level, I put the brakes on any new short positions. So I did not take this trade. It has to work out the way that I want it to. It has to present itself as a perfect setup, because you're in an uptrend. If you're trying to take a short position in an uptrend, you're likely going to get ran over. I don't do it that often, but if cryptos are going to turn around, I do want to be on the top floor on some of these things, especially some of these high flyers. So we'll see what happens. The thing is everything is different now with Bitcoin. It's different than it was back in 2017. Bitcoin didn't have near the adoption that it has now. Bitcoin didn't have nearly as many billionaires believing in it as it does now. So now things are different with cryptos. Completely different. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I don't want to buy any of them because they are up so big. But there will be, if it's going to start moving lower, we're going to find some setups. Excuse me. So that's pretty much that. Those are your big movers. Doge hasn't done anything. Here's Ethereum. So Ethereum's it's trading below that hourly resistance it put in. This is your capitulation wick to the downside. This is your dead cat bounce. Now it is on an hourly, so it doesn't really matter too much, right? Your higher time frame levels will hold more weight, but you can see that it is currently holding price. The thing is when you have big moves like this in price, you generally will get a few days of trading sideways. So let's go over here back over to Bitcoin real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So do any of you remember this here back in March of 2020? Boom, massive drop. Here's your capitulation wick to the downside. There's your daily resistance that was set in from the dead cat bounce. Then you traded sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days it took to break out of that resistance. Once you did get that break out of that resistance, then you could start looking for bullish opportunities, right? And if you wanted to be safe about it, you could wait until your RSI gets back above your 50. Which would have been over here. This breakout here. You would have been looking for support anywhere in this section of price, looking for bullish opportunities, because you broke above your 50. You understand at that point, it's a daily chart. So the bulls are in control and have been for a while. So this is what I'm looking for now, right? I'm looking for sideways price action for the next few days. Let this thing decide which way it wants to go before putting on any risk, any new risk, right? Any new risk. Right now, it held above daily support. Right here is daily support. You got that. It held above it, and then the next day you closed below it. So now you got to move your support down lower, and you got a support zone right there at 44,672. And if you want to play it safer, just come all the way over here to the lowest one, 843, 845, spot 60. This is the one that I'm watching, right? I don't care about any of these right here. I'm watching this one. If this support goes, the next area I'll be looking for support would be 39,286-ish. Right in here. 39,152. So yeah, that's what Bitcoin looks like. If it holds this support, then it may be a buying opportunity, a trading opportunity to the resistance that it put in. Right back to that resistance here. And then I would be taking some profits and then moving my stop to break even and see what happens. So back once again, there's your 618 retracement. Had a nice daily close above it. I wanted a weekly close above it, right? Some of the guys were asking me, hey, we got the weekly close above the RSI. Above the 618. Now what? You looking to buy Bitcoin? And I said, wait. You got to wait. This week is important. I want to make sure that close above was not a trap. And then Tuesday, boom, that's a trap. So yeah, there you go. We know they exist. So every single time you get a break of resistance, you have to keep that in mind, or a break of support. Even if it's on a daily, right? Traps exist. So keep that in mind. Moving forward, wait on those resistance levels to get broke. Wait for price to test another level as support. And then when price starts to trade back up, then your trap's not there. This did not do this, right? A little bit of upside and then shabam, all the way down. So we'll see. Bitcoin not looking so hot. A lot of people are going to call this the lower high. That has sealed Bitcoin's fate in some people's eyes. Not mine though, not yet, right? This could be anything. We don't necessarily know what happened, or don't necessarily care either. That's pretty much it. Let's run through some Forex assets and then I'll look at you guys' stuff. Watching Euro USD for a hold of support. We got that right here. This is the support we were watching. Said that yesterday. There you go. Price goes below that support on a closing basis. Very next candle, you return right back out of the area. Traps exist. Trade up sideways, another closure below. Boom. Straight to the upside. This was probably the entry, right? I have missed it because I was getting a string together. More than likely, this might have been your only opportunity to get long on this asset. And that doesn't mean that it's going to keep going up, guys. It does not mean anything. It just means there's an explosive move off of support. That generally is good. That's what we are looking for as price action traders. We want price to show us where support is, and then we want to see price trade away from that area as to be telling us that it is looking like support might hold. Then you look for pullbacks to get long, right? First area to target would be your supply level here at one spot 18423. So let's see if that would have even been an opportunity I would have taken. And the answer is yeah, maybe. With the ATR being so low on most of these assets, the average true range, I generally want 20 to 25 pips, but we're not getting that. Like Euro's basic daily moving ranges right now are like 18 pips. That's an entire day range. That's not good. That's very slow moving price. But it is the summer doldrums. It should be getting gone anytime now. Excuse me, pound USD doing the same exact thing this morning, but it is moving straight to the upside. There is nothing to do here, unfortunately. 63 pips. Nice. That's what we like to see. This was support, right? Breakdown, strong breakdown. Traps exist. That's a trap. Trade it up away from the area. Here is your retest of it. Boom. That's when you want to look for entries. Another hourly close below, then you leave it. You didn't get that. It was a beautiful opportunity. And when we have been looking for bullish entries on the pound, I don't remember. Probably not. But it did hold support. That level that I was looking at on the hourly is daily support. One spot 37557. So if we get a pullback down to this bearish candle, I will look for potential buying opportunities. One spot 3782. This probably won't happen today. If it does, I'll be watching it closely on the hourly. So that puts us right about here. You got hourly support, possible support here, and then here. So anywhere in this section right here, if price pulls back to it, might be looking for bullish entries. And then you can do one better. If you want, for your intraday range, you can tack it from that low to the previous high, the current high, apologies. Tack it from low to current high, and then look for a 618 test or a 50 test. All right, 618 or a 50 test. See if that level holds on an hourly closing basis. What does it look like if you just use this explosive move? That puts that level, that daily, right in between your 50 and 618. So this can be a whole nice little section to look for possible bullish entries if price gets back down there. I don't think it will, though. Doesn't look like it's going to. That would be a pretty big move back to the downside if it did. And that's basically all I got to look at. Pound yen on the hourly looks This thing's been trading sideways, so it's been a difficult trade. Had a bit of yen strength coming into the market yesterday. Looks like that's going to hold a support over here. 3 tests of it so far. Price is reacting to it. Had a big strong move on algo yesterday. Massive move to the upside. Took out all-time highs. Right there. Algo is back into moving again. And this is continuation to the upside for now. Right? $1.84 was the all-time high. And yesterday we took it out. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't. Sorry. Way over here is the all-time high. Anyways, that was the move that everybody was watching when the crypto sphere was going crazy. So that high held. Now it is done. Where is algo going? And pound CAD. Pound CAD. Support out. CAD is weak. Pound is strong. Right here was daily support. There's your trap. Test. Gone. Here is daily resistance. Nothing to do on pound CAD. It's also one of those pairs that is very choppy and can trade sidebounds or sideways for a long time. It has been its whole entire life almost. I don't like trading it that often. USD Jpy got some kind of little wedge formation forming up here. Measured move on it, if it does break out, is going to be up here. But this is the thing. I'm not a pattern trader. I only mark these things out for those in the community that are. This is a failure, a rejection. You had a nice strong daily close out of it, took out daily resistance. Then you traded sideways, and not an inside day because you did make another high, but here comes your rejection. So this is the thing. If the US dollar resumes its downward move from when we had the FOMC, you're probably going to see this thing break out to the downside. Does it have a measured move to the downside? It sure does. And it would look something like that, right? Just flip it around. So we shall see if this thing breaks out to the upside or the downside. It's already attempted to break out to the upside, and it could just trade sideways back and forth for another month. We have no clue. But there you go. There was a break, so that looks like a trap. If I had to put money on it, I would say that I would probably be looking for short side entries on this asset. You are right at the 50, so I wouldn't be messing with it today. I'd probably wait until next week to get some clarity on it, see where it wants to go. Near-term daily support right here. Right there. So you can see why I put more weight on horizontal levels. I know some people like to put more weight on trend lines. There's your trend line break. There's your trend line rejection. Right? If I get rid of the trend lines and just show you support or supply and support, you can see here, overhead supply right there. Slight break above it, back below it. Now here's your near-term daily support. It's going to be 109.712. 109.712. It's basically trading inside of this range right here, from this swing low to that swing high. So anything trading inside of that is still an inside candle, right? I don't know if that is an actual monthly candle or not. Let's go see. It is. Perfect. Beautiful. So we are trading inside of this monthly range right here. Last month we had an outside month. This month we had a retest. Is this going to be the month where we see this thing drop? Possibly. Possible, right? But right now you're trading in the middle of the range. So there's nothing to do on this asset. And that's pretty much it, guys. So what do y'all got to say? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good mornings to all of you. What's up, Heath? Good morning. Yo, yo, yo. What's happening, people? Nice work on calling the 618 sell-off. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. It's one of those things, right? It's happened over and over and over again in the markets. So got to watch those levels. Big levels. Big levels. Anybody that got stuck in Bitcoin that they wanted to sell but they couldn't because of that massive crash that they had, dropped 50% in the span of a couple days, they're generally going to wait for the bounce. Remember, that's the explanation for it. They wait for the bounce, right? They let Bitcoin trade back up to 50% or to 618, and they dump their positions. They look at it like, you know what? I didn't get out at the top, but I'll take 50K, right? It only went to 60K. So $10,000 off the high, it's a pretty good spot to take some profits. And that's why you see extended selling like that. We were looking for it. We've been looking for it since Bitcoin fell the first time. Good morning, everybody. Heath, do you look for... Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's go look at HUT. And I do, yes, I do trade stocks, but I've been busy lately, so I haven't been doing it as much. So it looks good. Pre-market, you're trading down at 1024. This is the monthly, though. Let's get off here. It looks good, though. Lifetime asset, you're trading above the IPO, right? That's what you want to see. You want to see an asset making higher highs and higher lows. And it is. You're at a near old high right there. So what is happening is you're struggling with resistance. This is your resistance level right there. I know you got a daily break above it, which that's good for the bulls. So basically what you want to see is you want to see a test of support. All bullish closes have the potential of being resistance. So if it was resistance at one point in time, it damn well can be support again on a retest. It looks like what you got right there was a test of that. 893 looks like you're trading off of it. So could this be a push up above resistance? Close above? Yes. Outside day? Didn't close outside day. So not a strong outside day signal or a strong bearish signal. So let's see what happens. You got to watch this level now, right? 1065. If you struggle to get above that, then you may be looking for lower prices. Next area that I'd be looking for support near term is be $8.18, as that is your bearish candle. So that is your demand zone. If there is any demand at that price, we don't know that there will be. We know that there was. Simply because it traded away from the area. So that's $8.18 is going to be your next demand zone to look at. Last resistance level here. So you got a lot of stuff right here in this area of price. About $2 range right there. So yeah, traded just down below it yesterday morning. I can't see pre-market data for some reason. There we go. There's pre-market data. Yeah, that looks good. Beautiful. Resistance on the hourly is there. These are 3 pullback candles. It looks like this thing's getting ready to try to make a rip. Does that mean buy it on the open? Absolutely not. Wait and see what it does. I don't have any intraday levels for you, unfortunately. I mean, these are all daily levels. But this looks good. Let's see what happens. This pullback wasn't terrible. It traded right down into hourly demand. And you got a strong bounce from it. Last 3 hours have been trading sideways. So on the open, watch to see if you get a big dip on the first 5-minute candle once the open happens. And then if you take out that high of that big 5-minute dip, you can look for a possible position taking a buy. As once that high gets taken out on the 5-minute candle, put your stop below the low of that 5-minute candle. But you need a 5-minute close above. So on the open, wait for a few minutes, let it go down, find a low, then let it go back up. Once it starts going back up, I don't know how much volume trades in this thing intraday. Let's go look what it did yesterday. Looks good. Looks okay. All right. Looks all right. It's a little gappy, but see, where was your open? 9:30. Looks like volume just recently came into this thing here. Here it is. But see, that you would have gotten stopped out on that one. Right? There's your open, pushing all the way down, put in a low. Then you trade up and close above the open. So that puts a new open on the day, but it got sold off. So maybe today is the day. You shall see. Here's 5-minute support. Next 5-minute support. Here, intraday. Here. Those are the two levels where you need support to hold if you're going to see continuation to the upside. This level here is a bad one. You lose this thing and you're coming all the way probably back down to 893. So just watch it, see what happens. Intraday levels 1016, 978. Good morning, Heath. Good morning, the Agile Leader. Welcome, my friend. Thanks. Good morning. Good mornings. All kinds of good mornings. What signal will inform you that the summer doldrums are over? Generally September. September is the signal. Generally. That's when Jackson Hole's done. That's generally when the volume starts to come back into the market. Heath, I know you mentioned this before, but what do you look for when deciding which crypto you want to attack, up or downside? Wait, what do you look for when deciding which crypto you want to attack, up or downside? Just whatever it's doing. I let the chart tell me what it looks like it's doing. Right? If the reason I'm looking for short side setups on some of the alts is because of what Bitcoin has done. It has not closed below that weekly support level yet, and that 3-day support is still holding. If Bitcoin starts to move lower, I want to be short some alts, and I want to be short some of those high flyers, especially some of the high flyers, because this move up on these things can just simply be liquidity grabbing. It could simply be getting liquidity for the big downside move to come. All right. A lot of people are extremely bullish on them now since they have already retraced that big bearish move. That's when I start looking for tops. Can you please check ADA USD? Yeah, Cardano did. Yeah, I already got some levels drawn out on it for you. So here we go on Cardano. Here's 3-day. This one's just daily support here. You can see that it did hold daily support, daily demand even. There's your demand zone. Boom. Trade it away. Come back into it. Now this wick down, this is just flash crashing because of the algos and stuff. All the liquidations that are occurring causes that massive wick. These are usually fadeable events. Usually, not always. And finding exactly where the low is going to be can be difficult and tricky. I did take a trade on Solana the other day. Let's get to the hourly and I'll show you when. I used a very, very, very wide stop loss. Right? Used a very, very wide stop loss. And I closed that position out yesterday once we started to take out this area here. So I put my stop above this swing high. Once this bearish candle came in, I got short on this push up. Had a stop above there. So traded away yesterday, took some profits yesterday morning, and then yesterday afternoon this started to occur, so I went ahead and exited the position. Especially because some of them, like Luna, was moving so good. Luna was moving really strong. A couple of them were up pretty big. So yeah, back to ADA on the daily. So holding support, right? It's holding support. But what you're going to look for now is this thing going to find resistance? Is it going to make a lower high? That's what people are going to be watching for. They're going to be watching for that lower high. And we'll see. This can just be a pullback on this as well, right? You traded right back down to a supply zone right there. Supply broke out, traded back into it, boom, shakalaka. So that's a supply zone. People bought down there, you can guarantee it. So we shall see what happens. Looks good. You took out yesterday's high. Yesterday's high has already been taken out. So you might see some further bullish price action today. Looks good. Looks good. Next hourly resistance on this is 2.65, and then this one up here, 2.70. Then you're going to come right into that 3-day level. Now, on the hourly, probably won't matter too much. Let's go look at the 3-day so you can see exactly what it is. Right there. Support. So if it trades back up to that, and if that level holds, be targeting this wick low. Right? That's only if this level holds. There is 13 hours left on this 3-day candle. So we may get a tap of that level today. And it might hold. So I'm going to be watching at 277. 277. If ADA fails to close an hourly above that level, I am going to probably take a short on it. I can put a wide stop on that as well. $3.11. Be a big move, but to target that wick low, that puts it at a 1-to-1. Let's go see if it does or not. Let me see. Boom. 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 Almost exactly 2-to-1. So we shall see. Right? We shall see. All right. Is there a reason why you don't use Oanda chart? Yes. No, not really. I mean, I do. I have my main accounts with Oanda. I'm assuming you're talking about when I'm just clicking on these things. If you notice, I have two AUD JPYs. Right? This is Oanda. This one's Oanda. This one's Forex.com. Those are my two open real money live accounts. So I trade on both of them. Forex.com and Oanda. Right? So sometimes if I pull up a chart and it's Forex.com, that's all it is. It's just, yeah, same thing. I'm just looking at it. Just happened to be the Forex.com instead of the Oanda chart. But yeah, see here, Euro USD, both of them. One of them's Forex.com, one of them's Oanda. So yes, I do. I suggest do draw your levels from the Oanda charts because Oanda doesn't have gaps. Oanda closes their gaps automatically. So whereas Forex.com and all these other Forex brokers, you'll see gaps on Monday or Sunday night when the Forex market opens. That's because they don't close them in. Oanda does. There are no gaps on the Oanda data feed. So that's why I use Oanda. Thank you for your time and spending the knowledge, broski. It's my pleasure, my friend. My pleasure. Morning, Heathmeister. I am considering longing ADA against ETH at 7321. Can you please check ADA ETH? Let's go look at it. Let's go look at it. See what we got going on over here. You didn't tell me a data feed, so let's see. On Binance, let's get out of the hourly. It's got some good liquidity in it, which is strange. Very strange. Most of the time when you're trading against alts versus alts, the liquidity is terrible. But I'm assuming there's a lot of portfolio rebalancing going on in here. Alright, let's see what we got. Daily resistance here. Old daily resistance, but it's still there. It has not been broken yet. So you never made all-time highs on this. And then there is quarterly resistance. So the quarterly looks good for now. You took out last quarter's high, which is always good. You're still trading inside of this range. And then that range is trading inside of this range. So it looks like the risk would be to the upside as far as breaking out on this. But it's been trading in this range its entire life. Its entire life. So we'll have to wait and see what it does. That's just your longer term stuff. But near term, looks like you're trading into a possible area of support. Resistance. It was support. Support, support, support. There's your break. There's your test, but you traded sideways. Check that for demand, and it held. So would I take a long right now? Not into that, because that could be possible resistance. But here is your range. That is your trading range for now, right? Resistance. This was support. Now this is going to be support for this near-term price. There really isn't anything to do on it. You took out yesterday's high, so that's good. It looks nice and bullish. I don't know if you're looking for a day trade. You said you're considering longing it. So, and you said at 7321. Let's see where 7321 is. So right in here. That's right into resistance. You're getting ready to take a long right into resistance. Where's your stop going? Down here. So that means you're looking for a pretty massive move just to get it 2-to-1. The smart play is to buy at support, right? 4-hour intraday support. It's easy to find. Here's your hourly. Let's take this up to hourly support. Right there it is. Once this happened, I would have been looking to take the long down here, because this is support. Once this support was put in, it never got broke. So now you have to move it up to your next level of support and see how that price just fell into it beautifully. Big, strong reaction off of the level. That's when you're looking for pullback entries. That would have been a demand zone here, but you didn't quite get to it. But as soon as it started to trade back up, that would have been an entry. You could have put a stop there. Once you got to close above this candle here, you could have got long with a stop there, and you've already hit your target if you would have done that. But I wouldn't be looking for a long right now. Can it go higher? Absolutely, dude. I have no clue what price is going to do. I cannot see into the future. Neither can anyone else. But this would have been the entry, the higher risk, or the higher probable entry. Now you're trying to take it after a breakout, essentially. Here's hourly resistance, you broke out. So I guess if you want, just make sure you understand that's resistance, and it's 4-hour resistance, as well as daily resistance. And you're getting ready to hit it. So just be careful. I wouldn't suggest doing that. All right. So I'm wondering if something's wrong with the chat. All right. Let's see here. What else can we do? Let's go look at oil, because no questions are coming in, but I don't know if something's wrong with the chat or not. Let's just look at oil. Oil's holding support. Traded up, took out resistance to the upside here with this daily close. Now here was daily support right there. So price traded into support and it's held. Yesterday, nice big strong bullish day on oil. Today's a retest day. Today is a retest day. It's looking for bullish continuation. You are about to or trying to test the high there. The problem is that's also resistance as well. So there is no entry on oil. Entry would be closest to 68.79 as possible. Anywhere in there at that level, or here, the support at 68.31. Right? So here's another one of those cases where the candle is supply as well, demand as well as support. So these are two good areas to look for possible bullish entries. Daily close below this level down here. You're not looking for longs on oil any longer. RSI on oil, nice and above that 50. It does look like it is losing momentum though. Looks like it is struggling. So I wouldn't be taking any new longs, especially with that resistance looming overhead. Might actually be a spot to look for possible shorts. If risk is on though, oil is, I don't know if you can classify oil as a risk on or off asset. Oil's oil. Oil's the blood of the modern age. Testing? Yep. Chat's okay. Appreciate it. Agile leader, thank you, my friend. Chat is working. Heath, I know you mentioned this before. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, it is. Nobody's here. Not many people are here. It's all good, though, guys. That does not bother me. If one person shows up, I will do it for one person. I am gangster. I got nothing else to do. Let's do it. Let's look for a setup then. I love it. You guys can just chill while I find something to trade. Pound dollar. Big strong move. This thing's testing support. Not looking for anything there. I don't like trading this asset anyways. It's a lot of choppiness. You're trading two risk-off assets together. Aussie New Zealand, man, has been just trending to the downside. What a fantastic trade that would have been. But this is another one of those assets that I don't like to trade because you're trading two risk-on assets. So if it's risk-on, this thing's going to just go crazy sideways. Risk-off, it'll start to fall. New Zealand's been stronger than Aussie of late. Euro Aussie was a favorite of everyone. It looks like it's found support. Will the selling resume on Euro Aussie? First area that I see is way up there at 1.61292. Support is here. 1.59212. All right, that's support. That's resistance. So if it is going to be a short, that's where you would want it to go. Unless this level where it currently is holds. If it holds, then it holds. Let's see if there's something on the inside of the daily or of the smaller time frame charts to see if we can find resistance. There it is, 12 hour. Broke above it, closed above it. Trading sideways. So that's going to be near-term support. Right there. 12 hour close below it, you're going to be looking for another test of support. All right. Morning, good morning, Jafari, Muhammad. How are you, my friend? What's up, Iraqi? Heath, I kept hearing buy the dip. How do you really know it's a dip without predicting the future? You don't. You don't know that it's just a dip. Nobody does, my friend. That's the problem with trading, right? We don't know what's going to happen. You have to learn how to find high probable setups. You have to learn how to mitigate your risk. And then over time, you can use the data that you gathered and say, hey, it looks like as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I can make money. Or, hey, I've been doing this for 6 months and I'm losing money, so I need to switch up something. Something needs to change somewhere in my strategy. No one knows if it's going to be a dip or not. If we did, we'd all be trillionaires. We don't. So, like, what dip? Bitcoin, is that the dip you're talking about? That's more, not so much a dip. On dips, you want to look for small range down candles. Let's get over here to the daily and I'll show you what I mean. So this was a dip right here. And I'm not just saying that because it's in hindsight. Look at the size of the bullish candles. So you had 2 days of inside trading here where they were basically trading in this candle's range. Then you broke out 4 days of bearishness, and the daily ranges are tiny, right? This day right here took out the low and the high. That's an outside bullish candle. That means bullish engulfing. This is a signal to get long. Then now you're looking for a retest into this bearish candle's open, which would be demand, or this bearish candle's close, which is support. You can see on this day here, you traded well below support, well below it. This was a stop run. This was also where I would have entered, just because I know what I'm looking for. That does not mean that I know I would have been right on the trade, right? I would have been watching this low, and then what I would have wanted to see intraday is this thing to take out that low and then start to leave that area with the quickness. I don't know if we can find it on an hourly, but let's go see, since there's not a whole lot going on. Here we are. There it is. That's a beaut. Oh, as a matter of fact, I did take this entry. I even put a video on it explaining it. So never mind. I did take it. Here it is. There's that stop run. Boom. Taking out the low and then this low. Those are your previous wick lows on the daily. This is just a liquidation gathering machine. When price trades down below all those stops, anybody that got long from here, or even got long on the test of that hourly supply zone, they got stopped out, right? But this thing is where this is your entry right here. And you have fantastic risk mitigation. Once this candle closed bullish and took out the previous candle's open, and it did just slightly, you're looking for any entry inside of this, and this is your stop. And your risk to reward was phenomenal. It just kept moving to the upside. So we don't know if it's going to happen ever, but we've done it so many times. And like my strategy, it's the way I trade. That's the reason I trade this way, because it works. It works for me. I can take these positions knowing that over time I'm going to be profitable, because I'm taking high probable entries and I'm winning more than I'm losing. And that's all you got to do to be a profitable trader. Win more than you lose. Quit buying tops, quit selling bottoms, stuff like that. Quit doing FOMO, quit chasing price, things like that. Once you stop doing that stuff, you're just going to be amazed how much easier it is. Any insight on DXY looking to like a reverse? Hang on a second. What just happened? Oh, okay. Have you already covered USD Jpy? Yes, I did briefly. It's in a range. There's nothing to do on it. I'll look at it real quick for you since you just showed up. But here we go. It was in this, like, it's trying to form some kind of wedge up pattern, right? Trend line to the downside. This was a breakout. This day was a sideways day. Here is you're trading right back below it. So this is appearing to be more like a bull trap. Here was bullish resistance was at 110.92. You're trading well below that, right? Near-term support is here. There's nothing to do on it. There isn't anything to do on it. You could probably go into an intraday chart and see if you get like a pullback up to here, 110.142 or 110.158 over time, not today. If this thing pulls all the way back up there today, something else is going on in this. That's not a bearish pullback. Something else has changed, because this is a 2-hour chart. That's a pretty big move to the downside. If you're going to see bearish continuation, you probably won't get above this midpoint of this candle here. So anywhere up to here, you might find resistance. And that's a big fig. 110 exactly. Right? 110 exactly. So as long, oh, not history. Damn it. I keep doing that all the time. I want Control or Alt H. So let's put it over here and mark it as 110. Coordinates 10 right there. Boom. Watch that on like a 2-hour closing basis or a 4-hour closing basis. See if that area holds as resistance. Now, it probably won't exactly be that level, but inside and out, you'll have wicks through it and stuff. It could be why we're seeing all this choppiness. You see how it's basically up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like this is price discovery at the 110 area. at the 110 area. Price is in price discovery. So see what it does. If it starts to trade away from this zone, you're going to be looking for shorts on USD Jpy. Heath, I kept hearing buying. Okay, there we go. Any insight on Dixie looking like a reverse? Yeah, let's go look at DXY real quick. TVC. Time is it? We're good. All right, here's the daily. This is what we were looking for on the DXY. We were looking for this area to hold as resistance. It was as simple as 1, 2, 3, baby. Traded up into, let's get rid of this. Traded up into our Heath level, aka supply. Boom. Boom. Right? This right here is from FOMC. They're going to keep printing, and then you've seen a one-sided market. This has been a bearish pullback. That's it, right? We've been looking for Euro USD and Pound USD to find support. That's what we're waiting for. So that was a beautiful entry. You can see you are having bearish continuation on the DXY today. There is no entry on it now. You are trading at the low of day. At the low of day. You are making a new low of day right now. So there's nothing to do on it. Unless you get a pullback to this wick right there, that's where I would want to look for a reversal. Right there, 92.61. As long as you're not closing an hourly above it. You can go all the way up to here even. See, that's your support there. Here, you're coming into support, so you're not looking to take new shorts right now, right this second. You're going to let this thing find support. Then you're going to let it trade up to here or here for resistance, looking for downside continuation. NZD, and it looks good today. Let's go look at it. NZD USD. Where did y'all come from? The chat wasn't moving, and now it's moving. Nice. Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? I think it's on the green list. There it is right there. I was trying to make a blacklist and they wouldn't let me. They got green, purple, orange. I love that show. So here it, oh, this is an hourly. Get off that. And it looks good for what? You didn't say what you're looking for. Let's get rid of this stuff. Yes, it does look good. See, this, absolutely. Here is your 50 on RSI. You're well above it. So yeah, the bulls are in control. Near term, couple days of a pullback, real small pullback. Great. It's beautiful. It's what you're looking for. Where did it find support? I have no clue. Probably on the 12 hour. There's daily support. 76.9. Looks like you've already found support. So what I do in times like that is that right there is support on the daily until you get a daily close below it. You have just taken out yesterday's high, so you're not looking for any new entries on NZD USD. Why not, Heath? Oh, I'm glad you asked. The reason is because the target has already been hit. It just got hit. The target was yesterday's high. You just took it out. So now you're going to see profit taking come into the market as well as new shorts. So you do not look to take a position on this. When we're looking for intraday opportunities, we're looking to get in a position to exit our trade at the daily high or the daily low or the previous day's high or the previous day's low, if that makes sense. So right now, you're not looking for entries. You just took out yesterday's high. And here it is right here. See that? So now you're going to see a slight pullback come into this asset. As long as you don't close a daily below 70996, you should be good for a bullish continuation. Absolutely. Right? And absolutely, I'd be watching that level for possible entries for the next day or two. Tomorrow or Monday, because tomorrow's Friday. So this is the level I'd be looking for possible support. If you get a daily close below it, it's over. You're looking lower. Link USD. Look at Link, and that'll probably be pretty close to the last one. Yeah, it's in price discovery. Oh man, what was that from? I bet it's a higher time frame. Is that line there? It caught the high. I mean, it caught the close. That's strange. That's what it is. It's this here. TradingView is just taking upon itself to move my level. So that's resistance, right? Not because I said it. It's objective resistance. 12-hour close on your bullish candle. So until you get another bullish candle close on a 12-hour basis above that level, that is objective resistance. Price traded up into it and boom shakalaka to the downside. This is when they were like, yeah, go ahead, drop it on them. Now that they're nice and bullish, hit the sell button, Bob. And then Bob hit the sell button. Who's Bob? Some rich dude's broker, I'm assuming. So Bob hit the sell button, and then that's what happened. So it's in price discovery right now. There's not a whole lot to do with it. 4-hour resistance is currently here. So you find your near-term support and resistance levels, and then you go from there. Price will start to break them. Once price starts to break them, then you can get an idea of which direction price is heading. Then you can look for important levels to look for entries. That's how I do it. That's how everyone should do it. Right? So here is 4-hour resistance. Here is 4-hour support. Whichever one of these levels breaks first, then you're going to have a basic idea of which way price wants to go. 4-hour closure above, you're probably going to see more upside, and you can see upside all the way to this wick low. Absolutely. Old 4-hour support is here. That's why you're struggling up here with these wicks. People are watching this level right there, 29.61. So, yeah. It doesn't look good, right? That was a big, massive red candle, and you're not seeing a ton of buying. What's the difference? Like this is buying here. Right here. Right? Here is your big nasty bearishness. Even a little bit of continuation. Boom. To the upside. You're not seeing that on any other asset. This is just sideways consolidation. 26.98 is 4-hour support, meaning that you got to wait on 4-hour closures to see if these levels break or not. Good day from Australia. Just wondering if you could please give me a summary of XJO Aussie 200 index. Cheers. Yeah, and that'll have to be the last one, unfortunately. I got to get situated. I got to find a trade. I don't have to, but what was it called? I've never looked at this asset before in my life. So you said AUS 200. Oh, that's why. AUS 200. Maybe it'll come up like that. The cash CFD, not much liquidity in it, but that could be because it closes. Maybe I don't know if this is exactly what you're looking at. Is it trading right now? Damn sure is. So you're testing daily support here, 737310. It's testing. It's being tested. They're trying to see if it's going to close below or not. All right. Big, massive move to the downside recently. This just happened overnight. I'm short Aussie Yen. So that's what you're seeing. That move to the downside. So that's the breakdown. Next area of possible resistance would be your old last support level there, 7410.08. Need a 2-hour closure above that. If you're bullish, if you're bearish, watch 7410.08 for possible continuation to the downside. You have to not close a 2-hour candle above that level. 2-hour closure above it, you're leaving it alone or looking for a higher resistance. And then you can maybe find a 4-hour level in there. It is the 4-hour level. So you got 2-hour and 4-hour level confluence and 8 hours. So 2, 4, 8-hour confluence. So that's as good as we got. Yep. It's a 2, 4, and an 8-hour confluence. That level is going to be a strong, strong level. 74, 10, 08. All right, guys. I appreciate everyone's patience this morning, and thank you guys for your time as always. Make sure, yeah, there's not really anything that we're looking at right off the rip, unfortunately. We're watching Euro USD for continued bullishness as long as it wants to hold this level as support right there, 1.18141. So we're looking at this. We're probably not going to take any bullish entries on it today. I doubt it gives us the pullback we want. I did not literally see anything with a setup other than that one, and I can't even remember what it was. USD CAD, if dollar weakness comes into the market, you're going to see this thing fall. However, if CAD is weaker, then you could see it climb. It is testing an 8-hour level. Let's go see what this looks like intraday. Took out hourly support to the downside. So that 8-hour level, you got an hourly level right there. All right, so you may be able to find a position on USD CAD this morning. Target these wick lows down here. Now you will come into support before those wick lows. How big is the range is this? 25 pips. Beautiful. So you're going to look for entries as close and around 126,956 as possible. If you get an hourly close above this candle, then leave it alone. Let's mark it here. That is support, I understand. So you may not even get no higher than you are right now. Right there. So USD CAD low of day is not going to be very big target. 15 pips. But it's the only one pulling back, and it's the only one that looks decent. It's got bullish momentum too, so keep that in mind. It's against the trend, but so was Aussie Yen yesterday. I took Aussie Yen as a short against the trend, and it worked out, right? It worked out. So watch USD CAD. That's the one I'm gonna keep my eyes on. You guys make sure you trade safe, trade smart, and happy trading, everybody.